the Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation is a very ugly situation. It's an unfortunate situation. I'm not talking about the basketball player Karmelo Anthony. I just want to clear that up. But this happens. It happens what? Maybe once every 2 to 3 years we get a race war. Where the media try to start a race war where two idiots go at each other like Nick Fuentes and fat boy Jason Whitlock. I mean, he got a lifetime membership at Chick-fil-A, don't he? And Popeyes at the same damn time. But Nick Fuentes, this is what idiots do. They say idiot stuff like this.
And I will tell you this as plainly as possible. I don't want to live around black people. I just don't. It would be irresponsible if I had a wife and kids to live near black people. It just would be. And that's not to say that every black person is violent. It's not to say that every black person is the same way. But we watch the news. We read the papers. When you drive downtown in Chicago, you know who you got to look out for and worry about when you're thinking about whether you're going to get carjacked, when you're worried about catching a stray bullet, when you're worried about who's going to pull up on the side of the road and literally shove a rifle in your face and steal your iPhone or shoot you point blank, execution style, in Lincoln Park. We know who's doing it. I don't want to live near them. I don't want to be near them. They make me nervous. That's a survival instinct. And the way this story unfolded, it's sort of interesting. Apparently, this white student, this Austin Metcalf, confronted a friend of the killer, presumably black also, and said something like, hey, you're sitting in the wrong spot. You're in my spot, something like this. And that's when the black guy jumped in and stabbed him to death. Unfortunately, we just don't know. When you're on the subway, when you're driving in your car, when you're in the city streets, you don't know whether the black person in proximity to you is one of the good ones or one of the ones who is going to summon an unbelievable, I mean, literally, for people like us, an unthinkable level of spontaneous brutality, senseless and merciless violence in an instant. We don't know. There's ambiguity. You're sitting on a subway. You look across. You see someone acting strange or aggressive. Is this someone who is going to pull out a knife and in 2 seconds slit my throat and kill me? Or is this just someone who's having a bad day? We don't know. I'm not willing to risk my life to find out. It's not worth it to me. I'm not willing to put myself in a position to find out.
Then you have Jason Whitlock, right? And I usually agree with Jason Whitlock's sport takes. Like the stuff he say about basketball and NFL. On the racial stuff, I don't. I think he just need to get the food out of his chin. Because he looked like he got a whole burger just saved up in his chin. Because ain't no way your chin that big like that. Pause. There's no way your chin should be that big unless you're just storing up food for the winter time. But he's saying stuff like this.
Ties it all together is we've never tried the proper solution. We've never, rather than give in to bigotry, rather than to give in to skin color bias, we've never legitimately fought back against a culture that has been installed by Hollywood, the music industry, the idols set up in the culture. We've never said, hey, men, black, white, those of you that believe in Jesus Christ, let's come together under that umbrella. Let's come together under Christian culture and obedience to Jesus Christ. We've never tried that as the solution.
Then Nick Fuentes, he's going to take his shots back at Jason Whitlock. They're going back and forth. I mean, back and forth.
And by the way, You are a token. Hey, Jason, you're a token. You are in conservative media as a black guy that can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views. That's why you get paid. And that's why I don't, because I didn't have the privilege of being born black. I was born white, so there's a limit on what I can say. There's a limit on what I can say without being penalized in the so-called free marketplace of ideas. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. And everybody's sick of it, especially in the conservative space, that blacks have had it easy. It is, and I don't doubt that he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's genuine. But you are playing by a different set of rules, pal. You have training wheels on. You think you've earned it? Everything you have. Take a look around at your studio, your contract, your employees. If you said the stuff that you said as a white person, your ass would be gone. And everybody knows that. You're on Blaze hosting E. Michael Jones talking about the Jews. It's a good thing you're black, because if you weren't, you would have been fired like Elijah Schaffer. You would have been fired like every other white person. Everybody knows that. Take a good look at everything around you, because you did not compete to get that. You got it because people feel sorry. People don't want to be called racist. They feel sorry. They need a black person to give them credibility. And if you can't see that, then you're just as ignorant as BLM. If you can't see that, if you can't be honest with yourself about that, you're just as ignorant as the marchers. As a matter of fact, you are as ignorant as the marchers. Just another ignorant crybaby. And you know what? I have no hatred. I really don't. I'm a little bit frustrated with the fact that people are going to challenge my credibility based on what I say, knowing what I've sacrificed, what has happened to me, what has happened to my family. And I'm not trying to play the world's smallest violin, but my sacrifice has been considerable. I have had a considerably more difficult go than almost anybody, because I was willing to tell the truth before it's fashionable about Israel, about race, about globalization, about a wide variety of subjects. Ever since I was 18 years old, I have been censored. I have been financially blacklisted, had to endure financial hardship. I've been targeted. My family's been targeted. So for somebody to come and challenge my credibility or whether I'm being honest, it's totally outrageous. I have no hatred in my heart for people. I have no hatred in my heart for anybody, for that matter, and not for a group based on their race. And I have friends from all different races. It's not hatred. You know, we can't play that card all the time and racism every single time. With that being said, and it's important to clarify that because you don't want to be typecast as the angry white man that's trying to gin up. I'm not trying to gin up racial resentment. I'm really not. I'm trying to tell you how white people feel. And I'm trying to tell you the truth. And here's the truth of the matter. White people are just done. We're done with the excuses. We're done with the white guilt. We are done with crybaby, ethnic narcissist black people that cannot handle an adult conversation about race. We're done. We pay up the ass in property taxes not to live near these people. We work hard. We pay our taxes. We go to work. We work our fingers to the bone to create a good quality of life for ourselves and for our families. And it has been ceaselessly sabotaged for decades by these animals. And by that, I don't mean every black person. I mean these predators. I mean these opportunists. I mean these adolescents. Where are the parents? Where's the community now? Where are they? I'm talking about these young adolescent men, black men, that film themselves running over a physics professor on his bike in New Mexico, laughing and kill him. I'm talking about the young black men that break into 20 businesses in Downers Grove overnight and loot the cash registers. I'm talking about the teen takeovers, the gangbangers. We don't want to live near this stuff anymore. And we all know what's going on. We all know who's doing it. We all know what it is. And we're sick and tired of black people not being able to be honest about it, not being able to take any responsibility. It's always someone else's fault. It's always some white person's fault. It's racism, it's poverty, it's the culture, it's the New Deal, the Great Society, it's Lyndon Johnson, it's the Democrats. You know what? No, I think it's you. I think it's just you.
Now, I don't want to spend too much time on Nick Fuentes and Jason Whitlock, because Nick Fuentes, he looked like he just wear the same drawers, pause. He wear the same underwear for a week straight. He just looked like that type of guy. Like he don't even bathe. Like brushing his teeth. It ain't a necessity in the morning time. And Jason Whitlock, we know what he look like, right? He look like somebody got a lifetime supply of food in his refrigerator. Like they gave him a free membership. But I want to talk to young black man, right? I want to talk to young black man, because what happened could have been avoided. Could they have let him sit in that damn tent? Yes, right? They could have let him relax, get out of the rain. But what he did after that was emotional. You have to think, young black. What will possess you to just pull out the shank and go straight to the chest like that, and then unalive a young man? You have to think that you can't plead self-defense. And we gotta do better at raising 300, 400,000. You can't do that in that situation. He was wrong in that situation, very wrong. They was wrong to some degree. They could have let him stay in there. But we have to think, young black man and older black man, because some of y'all off your rockers too. Y'all ready to crash out at any second. And somebody say, excuse me, you stepped on my shoe. You ready to swing off, right? You ready to just crash out, swing off. If you got the strap on, you ready to pull the strap out, right? You being real emotional. You soon somebody cut you off in traffic, you ready to get the Draco out. I mean, you ain't even getting the hand. You ain't even getting the handgun. You going straight to the Draco. I mean, you just ready to take him out, and then you're gonna be in the cell looking stupid, right? You gonna be looking in the cell. What? That wasn't no big deal. Why did I have to pull out a Draco in the middle of traffic? I mean, why did I have to pull out a Draco in the middle of Walmart? I mean, people was just trying to shop. I mean, they was just trying to get their groceries, their necessities, their toilet paper, getting a toy for their kid, getting the oil change, and then I'm putting out a Draco in the middle of produce. Come on, we have to think better. We have to think way better. But this has been another episode of the Terrell Wills TV.